Most people think that financial discipline is about depriving yourself, living like a monk, being perfect every single month, cutting out all the things that give you joy. But that is not true discipline. That's just suffering unnecessarily because it is not sustainable, especially if you want to build wealth. I went from being broke at 35, unemployed, stay at home mom with zero net worth, thousands of dollars in student loan debt, and a bad credit, to building a multi seven figure network in just 6 to 7 years. So let me break down the financial discipline that actually worked for me. This is my version of financial discipline because it gave me the result that I wanted. It is not about willpower and it is not about grit. Here is the truth. Discipline with money is not in your DNA. It's about the design that you put in place. It's about making it easier for you to succeed financially than for you to fail by building systems that do the heavy lifting for you. Financial discipline is not a personality trait. It is a system. So my very first job at 35 years old earned me $30K a year. But the first 3 months, I thought I was just not good with money because I was spending a lot. Imagine your first time earning money, you're just in the store, spending. So I lived paycheck to paycheck. But when I created the systems to make savings, to make investment, and staying out of debt easier than spending recklessly, suddenly I looked really disciplined. Because of that system, the system was working, doing the heavy lifting for me. I removed temptations and set up automatic transfer to savings, emergency fund, paying off debt, and investment. I built an environment where savings and growing my money was easier than spending it. And here is what I learned. Being disciplined with money might feel hard in the moment because there's a little bit of sacrifice in it, but not being disciplined with your money feels much worse for the rest of your life. The last thing you want to do is being old and broke. It is by far one of the worst things that can happen to anyone. So where do you start with financial discipline? Step 1, set aside some time, even just 30 minutes a day. Block it off. This is your first investment in your future. Step 2, know what comes in. Write down your total monthly income after taxes. Step 3, write down what goes out. So list only your basic necessary expenses like your rent or mortgage, your utility bills, groceries, transportation, insurance. Stick to what is essential. Step 4, face your debt. Write down every debt that you possibly owe. Who do you owe? How much is it? What's the interest rate? This helps you to know which debt you're going to tackle first. Step 5, track your spending. So get a tracker, a spreadsheet, and then write out the last 3 months of all your expenses. Open your bank app and open your credit card statements and write out all of the last 3 months of all your expenses and categorize everything that you spent. Step 6, begin to cut out the fluff. Look at all the subscriptions, the streaming, the apps, memberships. Which one do you actually use? And cancel out everything that you currently don't need. Take that money, that extra money that you see, the things that you cut out, take that money and begin to pay down your debt. So failure is a result of the system you have in place. And so is success. It's also a result of your system. Ask yourself, what friction exists in my financial life right now that makes saving very hard? What system is in place that makes spending very easy? Is it easy access to your credit card? Is it your circle of friends that always want to go out to drink every weekend? What do you need to remove to make discipline easier? For me, I moved my savings to a high-yielding savings account that didn't have ATM card and took 3 to 5 business days for me to make any kind of transfer. Identify the things that's holding you back from your goals. Willpower and motivation are not enough. If your financial plan depends on feeling motivated to budget or feeling motivated to save or invest, you've already set yourself to fail. Why? Because discipline is not about trying harder. It's about setting up a system that makes the right choices automatically for you. For example, I used to tell myself, don't spend on unnecessary things this month. You know how you say, I'm going to do this. You make all these plans, but then one bad day at work and you feel like going retail therapy. You feel like going to shopping to feel better. That's because I was relying on willpower instead of relying on an effective structure. So what actually worked for me was setting up a system. I automated my savings, automated contribution to my emergency fund, automated the contribution to my debt payoff plan. I just simply automated everything about my money, so much that whatever is left that comes into my checking account is strictly for fun. That way the money is already gone out of my account before I even saw it or even had the chance to spend it. Structure sustains discipline when willpower runs out. So if your wealth plan relies on you making good decisions every single day, you're already behind. Because what happens when you don't feel like making a better choice that day? What happens when you feel like treating yourself? What happens when you feel like going shopping just to feel better? Here is what to do instead. If you tend to overspend when you go out, decide what you want to spend before you even leave the house. Set up a separate account for your bills so they are always covered. Personally, sometimes I eat at home before going out, so I'm not tempted to overspend on food. These systems make success the default, and it makes failure the harder option for you. Another example, instead of fighting the urge to spend every time you see something on sale, remove your saved cards from the online stores and unsubscribe from marketing emails. I cannot tell you how much I have saved, because I set up my Amazon account in a way that it asks me to verify my card number before authorizing the purchase. Most times I get so lazy to go get my card and I end up not buying that stuff. This makes it inconvenient for me to spend and very easy for me to save, because if that thing was so important, I would go get my card and buy it. Here is a question. What is one financial decision that you can make today that will eliminate 10 bad decisions tomorrow? Another myth is that people think financial discipline has to feel hard. That's not true. If it feels brutally hard every month to save and invest, then your system is broken, because simple scales and complex always fails. You will not be able to sustain any complex system. You will have to drag yourself for like 3 months and then you will eventually quit because it's taking too much of your effort. When I started investing, I made it very easy. Small, consistent amount that didn't feel like a sacrifice. Over time, those boring contributions, they add up to something really big that will just blow your mind away. If your system feels like punishment, you will eventually avoid it. That's why you need to lower the bar and stack easy wins. Start small and build momentum. Real financial discipline is about building habits that feels achievable and rewarding, not something that feels like you're going through some sort of punishment. Make a list of things that you can swap. Can you meal prep to avoid too much Uber Eats? A lot of people are spending thousands of dollars yearly just on Uber Eats. You can go from saving nothing to saving 1%, then 5, then 10, and so on. Replace retail therapy with other free things to do. There are a lot of free things around you that you can do when you feel bored. Small steps add up if you stay consistent. The key word being consistent. If you want financial freedom, you have to stop relying on how you feel every day. Financial freedom comes from a plan, not your feelings. Here is what I do. Every year, I make a 12-month financial plan. I decide how much I want to invest, what debt I'm going to pay off, what my savings target are. And then I automate everything to just run on its own, because I don't have enough willpower to carry me through. No decision fatigue, no second guessing, just straight up action. Then every Saturday morning, I sit down and review my money. I have this Saturday morning date with my money. I check all of my accounts and I pay off all the credit cards that I used that week, which means if I don't have cash for it, I'm not swiping the card. And then I plan and prepare for the spending for the coming week. It only takes me about 30 minutes to do that, but it keeps me in control and it eliminates all kinds of surprises. Financial discipline is boring, and boring is what builds wealth. So if your financial life feels exciting, it probably means that you're chasing shiny objects instead of making real progress. Do not confuse the skill of making money with the skill of building wealth. Those are totally two different skill sets. And this is what keeps a lot of people behind, because they want to use the skill of making money to build wealth. The skill of making money is your ability to adapt, pivot when necessary, seize opportunity, and generate income. So you're always moving things, you're always pivoting and moving things around. But the skill of building wealth is patience, staying consistent, ignoring distractions, and letting your money grow quietly over time. Making money is fast, you're moving, you have to move fast. But building wealth is slow and boring. It's important for you to master both. So building financial discipline isn't just about numbers. It's about becoming the kind of person who takes control of their future. Because when you prove to yourself that you can manage your money, you are proving to yourself that you can manage your life. And that's a skill no one can ever take from you. I will be holding a live class here on my channel. So please comment below and let me know what you would like to know more about when it comes to how money works, when it comes to how to build wealth, debt, savings, and investment. Subscribe and check out the next video right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next strategy session.